see so far. Quite a few people coming into the classroom now, you know, making their attendance known. It's lovely to see you all. Ben XRS there, hello. Lunchalysis, hello.
Just in time.
Yeah, okay, look, quite a lot of you coming in. Well, good to see you. Obviously, you know, sit down quick if you can. Not seeing too many absence today, which is nice. We're not going to have to mark too many of you as late. And you're on time for a great game. This one will be a learning experience. It's going to be on the end of season report card because you'll need to know about these plays, Mac. Let's get them educated. We're going into it. Spirit versus Inner Circle. Excited for this, mate. Anxious to kick us off.
Well, Inner Circle doing the right thing, and that's going to the completely open B site. Looks like Spirit, we're expecting an A split of sorts, but with these smokes blooming over towards long and short, there is a lot of space for free, and it looks like with, what, one smoke, one flash, one HE, Team Spirit are very happy just to play retake on B. But I see us spending a lot of time clearing out everything, which has allowed Spirit to make their way into the area.
Dawy on the bomb site, gets it planted. Spirit set up for this retake. Ooh, see a little bit of a toe there from Knife, and the reaction starts to get coiled. How he's good though. Gut punch to the head straight away. More to be done. Dawy doubling it up, and this is looking a little bit sour for Spirit already. It's just that man, isn't it? And he wants even more. All the confidence in the world with 7 HP, and he'll grab himself 4 to open up the round, Mac.
What do you know? So making all the right moves and hitting all the right shots. Spirit just trying to structure themselves, but not able to find any real map control. No way back into the site. Dawy just deleting a couple of the big names before they were able to make their way back in. And that's exactly what you see. What you want to see is just big smiles on the faces. A solid win on the pistol, but now we need to see if they can capitalize here. Team Spirit, respectful, just keeping the USPs in hand and getting aggro early. Big wide swing, looking to set up Donk, who decides that's probably not the best idea. And will clear out a main, make his way back to Donut, and just call the troops in to try and play the numbers game. I think the other talking point we can kind of bring up in this situation, unless something goes crazy here, is the fact that they are, okay, found through the smoke. That's bomb on the ground. Smoke's going to be fading. Yep, Jackie. Uh-oh, Jackie. It's not going well, Jackie.
Yeah, it's starting to get wrong. It's rotting in the middle. But maybe they can still remedy it. I mean, 2 versus 3. They've got to pick that bomb back up now. It becomes quite uncomfortable as Donk inside a donut looks to try and fend them off. Oh, Knife gets the adjustment shot. Look how lethal Spirit are, even on just these pistols. It feels like they're the ones in full control of the round, and that's because they probably are now. Knife trapped. He's so low on health, Mac. There's nothing, surely. This has got to be a steal away for Spirit.
One flash. 30 seconds. And a couple of bullets can put these pistols down, but they'll peak together. 3, 2, 1. Hit him with the swing.
Oh my.
Oh.
Not like that, Mac. Not like that.
God, that was a full save, Jackie. That was 5 USPs, Jackie. You don't pay anything for them.
Bro. There was no down payment on that round. They had no life insurance. Look what's it felt so uncomfortable, by the way. We're in that 2 versus 1. You got both of the pistols on site, just holding for the walkout. Oh. You don't want to be in that spot. Okay, 1-1, Mac. Instant reset. I did not exceed that coming. I don't think they did either, but we'll roll with it.
I don't think anyone did, to be honest. You know, they were a man up, had so much space, but I guess you can't really cover Donut if there's a smoke there. Donk somehow locks onto the head, gets that 2-tap. Definitely what he's known for. And the B site is going to be invaded by Inner Circle, but just with that lurk smoke, it denies the amount of angles that the CTs have to really hold. So they're just going to stop that swing. Can looking to lock down the bomb plant and at least get a bit of extra money in the next. Incend forcing him out into the open, and Donk is going to happily take these picks with open arms. Smoke towards cave. 2 of the T's going to be neutralized. And with the one towards the top of the ramp as well, it should just be the full defuse. Chopper just tapping, waiting for the overextension. But the armor is what the T's are going to be carrying into the next. It's flawless. Team Spirit, 5 alive.
All right, straight back in. Deal with that one swiftly. Probably still a couple flashbacks to prior in the minds of Inner Circle. But you want to shake those off and keep it close here. So Ancient already starting off with a little bit on a heatometer. I think it's warming up. It's like a Bunsen burner right now, Mac. You know, we could get towards bonfire territory. Yeah, I'm thinking as this one keeps on rising. This round, probably more lighter level of heat output. Wouldn't expect too much. Oh,
might be able to boil some tea with that. You know, maybe that coffee cranking. Although onic, head on a swivel, almost swings back in time, but there's no other teas to make use of the AK that was left in Donut. We'll see how Zwei handles the Tech 9. Looks pretty easy as we go back to the 2v3. Onic kept him guessing, but we'll see if Fleerax and Dawy are able to find anything. Hey, they found the flashbang.
I mean, it was a bit of a pacier start, at least. I like the heads-up call, right? Like the quick engage, just, there you go, Onic running in. Like, this guy had some crazy pathing when we were watching him back in the play-ins as well to lead us here, right, with stage 1. He was really, really good at just being able to sort of set his eyes, like visualize a way in towards bomb site, visualize his way in towards mid, create issues for teams. Great aim, good multi-kills. So if Onic shows us a bit of that into the rifles, then yeah, we could be cooking. Daddy as well, look at him. He's got backup with Dawy. This is a deadly duo when they're playing off each other on Ancient T side. Looking to get a bit of space towards Red Room initially. Smokes off, zoning each other out. Ramp control taken though. It's Chopper with a heads up call. Cuts back the leaves, Mac. Pushes down, and they've already got deep control here towards B now.
Chopper. Deep flash. A little too far. But Zwei is here to try and make the most of it. Fleerax mischance and tries to continue going for that opportunity, but will almost fall back in time. Catching Zwei on the swing through the smoke side. And because he had the C4 on his back, he didn't want to overcommit into the site, but they have spotted that in the meanwhile. They know the bomb's here. And that's why Tanir has started to gravitate across towards that short side. And if anyone can do it, it's Dawy. But not if Donk's swinging heaven. One of his favorite positions. But Team Spirit, flawless after the pistol.
Yeah, I've been cooking with gas the longer this one's gone on. And it's not very long, really, because we haven't been live for that much time. It's been a pretty rapid game since the opening round. Big bite back from Spirit in the second. Didn't see that twist coming, but we're living in that reality now. Constant peril in terms of the economy as well for Inner Circle on the T side. So not really being able to give themselves the best jump start into these rounds. And Shiro smiting them with a barrel out towards mid side. That's a good pick onto Dawy. So your impact man down on the ground early. Just regrouping as well. Back to basics at B. Put the muddy shoes on. Let's see if they can get in.
Ooh, onic. Leading by example. Bit of IGL on IGL action, but that Deagle was maybe all they'll find this round. Fleerax coming in better late than never. But a Tech 9, not necessarily the best tool for the job. And Shiro takes yet another name as Inner Circle. We'll go back to another gun round. And looks like we are going to have a quick tactical taken. Not too sure who has been the caller of that just yet. We'll find out in a moment. It looks like it's IC's time to have a quick chat. Feels like the nerves are definitely being sensed, as well as shaken. After that pistol, you know, the vibes were high, but then it feels like they haven't been able to find that icy groove that we saw last week. So we'll see what changes here moving into another gun round. Shiro with the elbow smoke. And IC, what are they going for? Okay, cave smoke. Red Room smoke. and Daddy looking to center that mid late through the mollies. We'll be able to find Donk. And that's a big head to hunt. Knife crossing there, dodging the spam from Chopper and Cave. Until he gets that second shot.
Ooh. That one stings, actually. That's a good follow-up back from Chopper. It's quite an important kill as well. Knife on T side of Ancient, he's been a big force for this team. It's him and Dawy that play very well off one another. And Daddy as well, as you could see with that mid-pick. Having that trifecta could have been beneficial, but Chopper playing with fire towards close cave. Lines it up for the wallbang. Slays the first, so we're back in a 4v4. Walked back out as well, so sleight of hand, replacing it was way close towards the lip. Dawy, dual peak, they take the fight, isolated, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Still all up in the air then, walking out on the back of the site. Tanir going to spot that quick adjustment. And we're down to a 2 versus 3. 40 seconds on the clock, Mac. They can try and gamble for the B play.
Long smoke coming out. Reducing the angles that they have to worry about, and that's the last 2 smokes that they have. 22nd on the clock. Dawy looking to potentially just plant this as safe as he possibly can, but not expecting Chopper just to go aggro through long, and there wasn't cover there. Fleerax too worried about his own tail over towards Cave, and with the AWP in hand, he just wants to save it into the next. No time to plant, no time to even escape the cave. And Chopper is going to be looking for him on his backside. He flicks around in the right moment. Oh, I dare say he got that pick. So the AWP should survive into the next, but it may be the only thing there. No bomb plant, no chance, and the lack of cover just really coming back to bite them towards the end of that round. And yet they got that opening on the Donk. They've done that a few times, but the problem is Donk is now no longer the only firepower on this team. Oh, Fleerax looking to put some heat on this round. Had that front spawn with the AWP looking for the B pick. And he's going to give it a crack again. Zwei making noise towards default. He's just jiggling the close angles. Looking to set Chopper up to find some info there. Flash on the lane side, no T's exposed. And it might just be a pump here in just a matter of moments. Dawy, 2 dinks on his way. But will get sprayed down anyway. Flank denied by onic as Shiro tries to show him how it's done. Looking to lock down the backside of the quad here. But again, it feels like one of the big issues I'm spotting from IC is just getting that bomb planted.
Yeah, being able to really lock down, control the bomb site here. This AWP could have been the key piece. It looked like it was going to be. Starved off so late into the round, but does find some impact now with the support of onic. All down to Shiro. And finally plant it. Digits down. He's going for the backstab whole way round. Walk up towards Cave. 32 HP. Still got the AWP in their hands though. Skin in the game potentially for this one. Oh, timing for the run back towards ramp. onic goes to clear it just as he's tucked in. So they won't have full info on this. Getting a little bit tight now though. Dicey timings. Walks his way out, seeing if he can line up a potential peek onto it. Oh, Fleerax with the time.
Does he have it?
Baits them round. Doesn't matter anyway. It's lined up. It's in there. onic gets it. A reluctant round, but still a second on the board. Took them some time here, but shaking it off. Spirit will be taking a timeout.
Certainly had the makings of a clutch there for Shiro. Just path across that kit and cave to save himself those 5 seconds. But onic heads up, making sure there were eyes on Cave that whole time for the exit. And that was 6 in a row for Spirit before IC finally got another on the board. And instantly off the back of that, Halley's called the tack just to tighten things up because they realize that IC, they mean business here. And Spirit would prefer to have no more little upsets on their way to the playoffs. Let's see if anything changes. I see. Free towards lane. Knife. Ooh, trying to get out in front of the util at mid, but won't quite get that happening. And Chopper. That flash just not as effective as he hoped. Peeking slow onto the line, gets his head ripped off. And with cave control, that B site now in some form of disarray. Donk just smoking to buy time for the rotation. Ashiro will pick up mid. But the most important piece right now for Spirit is, in the meanwhile, Tanir's made that aggressive move in A main. He's over in that cutout, which allows them to play full retake. You give up donut, you give up mid, and you just try to reinforce that B side as best possible.
Bit of a read onto it, at least back towards cave. Dawy going to be able to double back on a cross. Shiro sees ahead. Near miss. It's a fine margin. And off the back of it, I mean, there's about just shy of 50 seconds. T's postured towards this late B execute, as you say. They've got the utility down on a bomb site now. Donk looking for the run out ramp side. It's a good readjustment. onic takes the bullet straight between the eyes, and timing's starting to get dicey. You've got mid covered as well by Tanir. So if you go for this wrap back towards A, back door should be spotted. Oh, should's the operative word. The scope delivers. Hell of a shot from Fleerax. Okay, they're still in the round.
Yeah, Tanir feeling like he had to make a move. There was a lot of noise being made towards that B site. And in the meanwhile, you can see with Dawy's position here, he should hear Donk rotating through T-spawn. I believe the water is audible from where Dawy was playing, but it is just going to be that save. No attempt. You look at the money, you think the long game. And with Tanir only 1,400 in the back pocket and not too much of a round loss bonus, these rifles will certainly go a long way, especially Shiro's AWP, which has been getting a couple of heads already. 10 and 3 for him. And Team Spirit just bringing the action straight out of the gates, which at this point, I guess you'd expect. And yes, chat, just for everyone that's wondering why we're talking about Icy, I know he's not on this team. IC, 2 different letters, back to back, means inner circle, guys. Just for the clarification.
It's like a abbreviation type beat, you know what I mean?
Yeah, type beat, yeah.
Just keep that in mind. Because Inner Circle don't have time to spell things out for you. They like to make plays quickly, if we've learned anything from prior.
Like that.
Ooh, there you go. That's one way to take the top off. At least Chopper matching the momentum. It's a good 1-for-1.
Hitting that spam a few times from the cave. Inner circle. In the 4v4, this time putting more pressure towards mid. We saw this a few times last week. It feels like we're getting less explosivity out of IC. Obviously, they kind of want to feel out the rounds. They realize Team Spirit are better on the protocols, at least on paper. And Shiro just hoping he's got the right timing to snag a kill away on Donut. Fleerax, he takes the line, and in comes this push. He knew, but the line a little too wide, and Shiro still gets it with the peak. Going to be stuck over towards New Box, and at the same time, Tanir denying aggression through the middle. So man disadvantage as Knife tries to take the blind fight. And Donut Control is not going to quite be there for the CTs just yet, nor the Ts. HE going towards the back, polishes off Tanir, and the 2 remaining Spirit members are looking to make their way in. Positions both heard, both known. And onic at range is able to find that first. Playing from the back of Donut. Oh, default even way takes his head right off the top. 3 haircuts there. And it's a rough position for IC to be in. It looked again like it was going to be that 4th round. So close, yet so far.
Yeah, I mean, nice retake. Really clean play there towards the end, right on the pathing back out from Temple side. And reps himself in the 1v1 with the A1S, which is fair play. Headshot angle as well. So onic off the back of how much of a valiant attempt it was to win this. You'd think he'd get it. But lovely final tap. Stealing it away. Spirit get the rounds. The donkey emote there, the POV. And we're back in round 11 then. So 7-3 first half so far, coming towards its close. Early utility does an awful lot to put a full stop on that mid push. That's a ton of damage taken.
And B-site looking like it will be under fire this time. Chopper caught off. Maybe not expecting Knife to be so advanced. He just contacted his way so deep into cave. Away with the blocking utility, flashed off, mollied in towards the front side of it to fight, but Donk is here. And he's going to say goodnight to a few more individuals. onic just barely spotted, and the flash creating some kind of space, but Donk regains vision. And he's seeing 2020 here. Oh, ace on the cards in the first game. He's hunting for it. He knows where the final man's coming from. And we looked at that head-to-head between him and Dawy. These young individuals, so mechanically gifted. And Shiro just looking to go for the late swing. For the contact somewhere else. But Donk, he is on the hunt. He's on the prowl. And that's the second one. That's the second time he had the same issue. He's having a giggle about it.
That grenade clip hitting him twice. Oh, they know. Give him the 5. Don't deny the 5. Oh, Shiro. Will they get it anyway? Another round in the bag. Donk with that one. Smiles and celebrations all round, but not for Inner Circle. Chances, but near misses. And yeah, that head-to-head really put into context there. The difference. Donk's been doing it. Dawy's been showing us signs. He's been having moments. The cheeky errors with a nade there.
Oh, and faster again. Dawy straight in towards Donut, taking Donkey out of the meanwhile. It's going to be massive pressure towards this A site early. Shiro won't be able to escape away, but there is still Tanir here. And he's got a big job to do. Maybe they don't expect 3 already. Too much focus back towards the mid side and still no control fully on this A site. Knife coming through with a trade. Smoke broken. And that's going to be no coverage on the planter who gets that bomb down just in time. Knife on his way. Sends those bullets straight on back. And Chopper with half health. Last round of the half. Going to give it a red hot crack on the clutch.
Seeing if he can wind up for it. This is the round where Knife comes alive, though, and that's what guarantees them at least an 8-4 half. Big plays as he stabs in a circle back into the game. Let's see if they can keep it up, though, in the second half. All right, we're back, so don't go getting spirited away from the game, because there's a very real chance that Inner Circle could still have some signs of life in this series and possibilities for some dark horse rounds. So we'll see what they're speaking with as we get back into it. This is always a classic, mate. The Julies for Flare Axe on the pistol as we kick off the second half.
Now into the second, it looks like IC in a better position than what, say, Team Spirit might have been in the first half. Hard crossfire on the cave choke. Eyes on long. Postured in good positions to play for the retake. You want that cave control just to make it that little bit easier to slide back into the B site. But that smoke leaves something to be desired at the top of the ramp. And there's still so much space for the T's just to make their way in. But Knife, he's fought from cave instead. Clear Axe with the Julie. He's going to be walking straight into the young goat. And there is going to be back lanes control. But other than that, it's going to be difficult to get back in. Flash forward. Donk just taking a few more names. onic trying to send it back. But Shiro positioned perfectly to refrag. And Tanir activates on the Giga Lurk. And that'll be that.
Yeah, a bit suffocating, wasn't it, when you're seeing how much space they had onto the bomb site before there was even an inkling of just how deep they've gotten, just playing off the walk-up contact fight. Donk, good, handy with the steel in both of the duels, just controlling the angles with ease, and it all crumbles, really. So no lifeline thrown over towards the Inner Circle crew. It is going to be Spirit showing dominance here on Ancient, at least initially. That's not what you want either. onic with a backstab, unfortunately, onto his teammate there. And this round's going to crater away pretty quickly. It's only Knife that remains. MP9 deep out, Donk spots him and deals with it.
Fending off the youngsters. As they waltz into the double digits. And Inner Circle, hoping that they can provide some kind of firepower just with the P250, with the Deagles. And one flash here from Fleerax. Rolling Molly from Spirit just to get cave control. And there is going to be a late mid approach. But hot under everything as Knife is going to burn, trying to jiggle. I think he was safe in the corner, but it could have been that late spread. So the Molly seals the deal and burns him to a crisp. As Chopper is happy just to look for a couple of names here with the Mac-10, spotting 2 of the 3 remaining CTs as the bomb just makes its way over to A, all for free. Easy plant, and the SMGs, they're just looking for any extra financial bufferage. Shiro in red. Getting the job done, as Fleerax should just put himself in a position to try and get a pick. Every extra bit of money that he's able to put in that back pocket, of course, goes to the AWP fund. But I don't know if he's going to be looking the right way. 11-4 and Team Spirit letting Inner Circle know what defeat is going to feel like.
Yeah, kind of giving it right now. Not too much that could be done back either, obviously, you know, sustainability of the game with the scoreline you had really at the half, not getting the pistol, getting reset off the back of winning the first one especially as well. It's all been quite bumpy. Have to just maximize your efforts, especially now. This is basically do or die. So last chance saloon for Inner Circle to find a way to maybe get into this game whatsoever here on Ancient. You do get the AWP back out, so he cracks open that piggy bank, invests into the big green gun, and was pretty bloody consistent with it. When we were watching him back in stage 1, he had a lot of huge rounds that could turn tides on games. So CT side playing more of a defensive setup here with the coverage on B. He's looking for that ramp attack from Spirit. And they're just posturing for it in the meantime. A lot of space at middle as well. Ooh, sees a little bit of skin with a scope there. Baited out for the first shot onto Chopper, but no connection, Mac.
We'll see if he gets a couple more opportunities. Zwei more on the close angle. onic spots his barrel around the corner. Locking the opening knife, though. A dangerous solo mission. Exploring down the ramp side. And just when they had the numbers, I feel like maybe that's a mistake that could come back to cost them. Tanir going to be clearing one side, not the other. As onic goes forward, expecting to potentially get out of dodge in time. But the danger not too far away. Dawy caught with util in hand, won't be able to shoot back. Oh, and just like that, it all comes crumbling down. Spirit just constantly contacting. And it feels like IC just weren't quite expecting all of the Spirit individuals to still be hanging around like that. And they make it look way too easy. Just pushing them over in the end there, Jackie. 12 and 4. And Inner Circle are struggling for answers.
Yeah, they really are. You know, it's rough, man. Feels like you're just not outputting the same heat right now. Maybe a little bit more nervous as well. And some of the ifs and buts rounds, right? Some of the early flow to this game that could have given them a nice bit of stature, maybe the confidence they needed. Not finding that certainly rattled them, and key pieces just aren't hitting shots in the same way. Dawy trying to turn the tide here, gets aggro. Good for one with the Famous, but that might be all it is. It's quicker pace across the board. onic just comes out like an acrobat, and inside of the smoke, it's Khan, aka Daddy, making plays. He's trying to take them down one by one. Good for two, but there's the reply from Chopper. And unless Knife can slice this round back open, Mac, it feels like Ancient will be dead and done.
I don't know how much dissection we're going to see, especially with Spirit just doubling up, going together, looking to lock in Ancient as the first map of the series. Shifting in, making his way to site, and constant jiggling, constant info gathering. Displayed by Spirit, it's more than enough. The fight from Chopper gets it done. 13-4. Maximum devastation coming through for Inner Circle. It started so strong and then just dissipated up against USPs. Felt like they could never really get their groove back. And
it's disruptive in this classroom, so if you could please let us know if you're in attendance or if we're going to need to mark you down as absent, because myself and Professor Mac, we're not going to stand for this. This is quite an important part of the day's curriculum. You need to learn what Team Spirit and Inner Circle have to show here on map 2. So dial in for it. It's Nuke. We're going to strap in for some T-side Spirit gameplay up against Inner Circle, kicking it off on a CT side. Knife with a dually set this time. Let's see what thunder they bring in.
Giving absolutely no time for Inner Circle to think. Oh, Knife couldn't even pull the dualies out on time. It's awkward, it's fast, and Donk is going to take as many names as possible, but now it's down to Chopper, who is throwing that util, and the bomb is down there at default. With both CTs up on the rafters, looking to fight together at heaven. Chopper just gaining as much audible information as possible before deciding how to play it, but the CTs, they're the ones looking. Doubling up with the hut push, going for the full wrap back to door, and Chopper none the wiser. Looking the wrong way. It should be easy pickings, a little whiffy. Just lets him know. Makes it a fair fight. Valiant out of onic to do that. But alas, Inner Circle starting Ancient similarly to Nuke.
You know what's interesting, Mac, as well? It feels like, you know, they're a little bit more tempered with how they're kind of popping off. You remember, obviously, stage 1, right? onic wins a round like that. That's a huge pistol to take. He'd be going ballistic. You see him on the player cams there. It feels like he's weathering the storm a little bit, kind of rubbing some of the sleep out of his eyes. He's still, like, grooving back into this. So I hope the overall energy level in the team's good right now. Because that's a nice pistol to win. Just different kind of reaction to the human element of CS we've seen from them all through stage 1. And that momentum heavy CS is what carried them through a lot of rounds. This is big though. Tanir tries to go for the run in straight towards the site. Knife will answer it. They're keeping the weapons alive, cycling the peaks off one another. Only 0 with 1, so Shiro steals away a single gun, sure, but they should handle it. And that's going to be a second converted. So IC coming out to play at least here initially on Nuke.
Much better start. There you go. Lead maintained. And the nerves not going to be shook by Spirit just yet. So forced buy in. I mean, it should be an easier round here, but Glocks in the hand of some of the most skilled. I say Glocks, but they've gone for a cheeky couple of upgrades. 2 digs, 1 techie. And in a circle. Oh, hang on. I said techie. I didn't mean that kind of techie, boys.
What have you done, Mac?
I've cursed it. I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. I apologize. I didn't mean to. I said the cursed words.
Oh, Mac. Dude, you know, I remember, I think I had one of the worst ones where we had a tech pause once when we were playing like this online, like Go 4 Cup or whatever it was. It was like the grand finals. And for some reason, my teammate's mum, you know, we were all like young at the time. She runs in. She's like, "You've got to have your chicken nuggets." Now, I say young, we're like 20, of course, playing Go 4, you know? so she's like dropped that one on him, and he's like, "No, look, I'm mid-official. Like, we're in a game. Just put them on the side. I didn't ask for these. I don't want these. It's fine." She just unplugged the internet. Just turned the internet off. So we were there on Nuke. I think it was like, you know, 11-5 up. We lost the whole game, Mac. We lost the whole final. Had to play 4 versus 5 on Nuke, and then got defaulted. He couldn't come back in time.
All because of chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets that no one asked for.
Just eat at your PC.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing.
That
like,
bad of a
downstairs.
concept?
You got to come downstairs now. Like, I'm 20 years old. I'm fragging. I'm winning the tournament. Please, mum. But yeah, nightmare.
Bro, my face it, teammate. Sometimes I'll just, you know, I'll order food or whatever, or just heat it up and just eat it mid game. Because to me, like, eating's not that much of a problem. You know, I can just smash it down real quick. I got that skill, you know. And I'm just eating. So like, if someone doesn't make a call, I'll just like have food in my mouth. Like, oh, why wrong or whatever. And someone's like, "Why are you eating, bro? Like, why you play if you eat?" And they just started like going crazy. I'm like, "Bro, this isn't affecting me. Is it affecting you? Like, I'm just making calls that you're not making. All right?
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help, man. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, I had like some of the best ones. It's like when you go to LAN, you know. And I remember we went to LAN once. A Naokai turned up, and he didn't check his headset mic last minute. You know, completely different mic to what he uses at home. So he gets to the LAN. We're playing the first map. It's Overpass. He turns and looks at me. Right, I'm sat next to him. He tries to comm that there's 2 guys in connector, and all you hear is just like, and it's like, "Oh, okay. So he has no idea, right? So he's hardcore comment, like he's giving updates, he's letting you know what's happening. He's coming around, like playing the LAN. And I'm just there, like blowing my ears off, trying to translate, looking at his lips, like, "I think Nao said it's going to be 1 on B side, guys." Like, it was awful. It was madness. But anyway, the trials and tribulations of tech pauses aside, it still is a bit of a slow and stagnant start here for Spirit. Obviously, getting back into this one with no real money to play with, you're walking into the grinder that should be a 3rd round for Inner Circle.
On paper, yes. And in theory, yes. And in reality, yes. Unless. No, unless. Not this time. And the chat was just asking Jackie, what is this dog shit commentary? It actually wasn't about dog shit. We were talking about food and eating while you're playing, while there was an eco coming through. So, you know, fuck you.
Slightly different topic,
yeah. It's almost the same thing, though. You guys, I feel like maybe there was a bit of disconnect in your ears. So get that checked. Go to the ear doctor.
The ear doctor, yeah. Get them to have a look. They have that little tool. They put it in. There's a little Mac inside your brain.
Yes, run it down. We're done.
Yeah. Oh, you're like the...
Yes, just run it down.
Hey, that's it. You need to go to the doctors and get checked. You know, do you have a face-it gremlin? Have you noticed that you've got the tendency to wide swing or not help your teammates? Have you not been calming? Have you been letting the team down? You might have a face-it gremlin. You know what I mean? And it like lives in your ear holes. And it's like, yes, peek them, run through the smoke, you know?
We'll workshop that. We'll try and invest in little ear gremlins. That being said, little smoke gremlins exist in this game, and we just found one. Donk. Spotted on the edge of it. Couldn't make the sneaky move as Inner Circle send it straight back with the aggression of the out as they clear that. So that's going to allow them to stack the A site just before the pop comes through. So there's numbers here and, oh, CTs. They are making a mincemeat of Spirit. Man advantage. And a lot of noise getting made as Chopper goes for the aggro approach, telling the boys in lobby just to wait for him to make his move first. That draws attention back from Fleerax. You can see him wrapping eyes on hell to near in the meanwhile, just waiting for that smoke to fade. And Knife making it happen from CT Vent, but he needs a helping hand. The timing of the peak, perfect. And even with a man disadvantage, Spirit, they spot Fleerax over towards heaven, string him together. And what looked like it could have and should have been an Inner Circle round just gets turned on a dime.
Damn. Close, but no cigar. So that early spree of rounds then, at least for Inner Circle on the CT side, comes to an abrupt end. First on the board here for Spirit, Shiro with a good read on the flick up towards top side. Yeah, they're hyped with that one as well. Good energy. You imagine quite the opposite feeling for Inner Circle. Player's going to be forced to get that all back. Looks like Knife will have to invest the extra, drop it over to him. So they can still keep the scope in play. But yeah, quite a quiet game. Not in terms of at least the server, Mac, but just physically outside. Like the yelling caliber from Inner Circle, even when they have been taking a couple rounds, getting a bit of gravity to their name again, it just not loud like they were prior. And obviously that was a big bit of this team's sort of energy level. It felt like if they were winning, they were yelling, and it was in tandem.
Yeah. We'll see if they can get back to that level. For now, they're back on the guns, bare minimum. Early outside insend, Fleerax. Okay. Getting on a very advanced line here with the AWP, and whoa, won't be fast enough to hit that. Donk happy to go for the repeak. Never back down mentality. And creating a lot of space again. This time with the diags. For everyone in chat as well, if you don't know what diags are, that's diagonal smokes. It's the smokes that are deeper, extending from the garage over towards main, which is not what we have now. Got that second set. That's 4 smokes invested at outside, and Spirit are still targeting the A site.
Yeah, they want to run it back once again. Stereo peaks here towards Squeaky Door. Zui looking for it. Hoping you can bait in the overextension. They're not really biting on this one. Smoke over. Nice use of the HE. It's good chip damage. Fleerax as well. Getting quite low now. Sideline sweep. Oh, they don't expect it. Good for free. Triple threat. And it's all down to Donk. Walking back towards main. I mean, 28 seconds on the clock. Not a lot of time to find a play to make on this one. He's going to have to wait for it to dissipate. Knife's honed on the angle. And Inner Circle get another one. So good read. Straight back in. That's lovely play from the back of the vent there. That's what you want to see, man.
Yeah. 100%. Daddy laying down the law. And a solid read for what Spirit were throwing. And that's what you were calling on, Jackie. Bit of extra action, bit of extra noise being made from the Inner Circle camp. We haven't heard the monkey noises yet, have we? I feel like we haven't.
No, he's not whipped it out today. That was a stage 1 classic, though. If you missed it, onic was throwing it out 24/7. It was his vibe check.
Yeah. I feel like maybe there's a bit more respect getting shown to Spirit, which is understandable.
It feels that way, right?
They know who the top dogs are here in the mix. In the meanwhile, Tanir having a bit of an awkward affair to make his way down vent, but he does get there successfully. And I don't know if that's been sent across, although Fleerax now eyes on Single. Will be able to react in time. Cops a dink for his troubles, but won't get any more. That's an AWP retrievable. Control. Going to be taken by Spirit in the meanwhile. And there is a man advantage, but they still have to get past Donk, who's managed to hit this rifle in hand. Oh, plenty in the clip. Well, we see a clip. Good dodge on the flashbang forward. 3 CTs just bowling him down. And Shiro, in the meanwhile, has the AWP for moments, but not long enough. Good trade game to get back into the site, and it's a fight won by Inner Circle for 5.
Yeah, it's a nice retake, man. They play off each other well. Obviously had a little bit of an advantage of the numbers to work with, but there were fine margins there for Spirit to potentially actually upset. Like, you know, you could have had Donk at that multi-kill with Galil tucked in, especially when you see Shiro armed with a scavenged AWP as well. Your heart beats a little bit more, but they handle it nicely. Good reads. Knife with the timing on the backstab on ramp as well. Gave them a lot of space. Dawy always looking good in some of these rounds. And this is another one where you're going to see Inner Circle at least getting momentum now. So building 5-1 split on the score. Timeout called back in for Spirit. Opportunity to chat. All rifles all round for the T side on the rebuy.
A more serious one coming through here.
Oh?
Yeah.
What you got, mate?
Well, if Team Spirit can get that second round and keep that financial pressure up onto Inner Circle, that's when their job on the T side can get so much easier. If they crack that CT economy, the T rounds can flood in, but for the moment, it is just outside that they're going for. This time with many more numbers. As you can see, Inner Circle heavily invested in trying to find something there, but all T's cross untouched. Zwei, in the meanwhile, going to be trying to put some pressure towards Unbreakable, but Daddy stands tall. And Knife's already down here, jumping for info, shutting the doors on them. Going back towards the top of site, single door under fire, and Chopper on a Omega lurk.
Yeah, this could be good. I mean, 55 seconds on the clock. You can see the positions they're in now to split push out towards this site, but you've got to isolate the angles. AWP scope station towards decon door. Knife looking towards double himself. Shiro just in the vent area for now, ready for a quick rotation if necessary. Time slowly, but surely bleeding dry. They're going to open the door for the info. Nade thrown over. Bit of a read. He sees the body but doesn't react. Burnt off the position now as well. They go for the commit. Double step out, but Knife instantly isolates. They get nothing. No traction through the door. And Chopper left just crossing his fingers that potentially he can even hold on to his gun in this one. This should be a sick flocked in. CT side coasting now.
Great read by Inner Circle. I thought Chopper may have activated back towards A and called him up the vent instead. But they go all in. And it's a solid defense from the player on top side, as well as the rest of the boys. Even after getting the picks, you can see, we went over this last week, right? They know how to lock rounds in when they have that numbers game. If they got a 2-man advantage, they're usually just trying to lock down as many angles and play off of every bit of info they can get. And I feel like that isn't what we got to see from them over on Ancient. You know, maybe a bit of a shaky start, maybe, you know, trying to change things up a little too much up against Spirit. But it looks like they're just back to keeping it a bit more simple. And simple works. So far, at least, on the CT side. Smoke cracked. And again, it looks like we're going to see numbers going heavy down towards Secret. Less attention in that direction for Inner Circle this time. And without the garage player, I don't know if they're going to hear the cross across. But Knife rotating early, you can see over towards Single. just playing that headshot line. We'll now have a helping hand with Can going down the vents. Okay, first found and a second. And that's going to be the bomb spotted in the meanwhile. Knife looking to reinforce the B site, shutting the door. Lyrax, oh, good flick on a chopper. And Uncle Chop gets chopped himself.
Yeah, that is a great snatch back. He was sharpening that one. The Stanley blade comes out and across. You thought it was going to be a nice peek back over, man, on the reface, but hey, still hits it. onic, up top sides, sees them, and grabs that opportunity to pepper some bullets back into his way as well. So he's left on 24. Nade nearly leaves him down on the ground. And with 25 seconds, finding much of a play on this is looking slimmer and slimmer. Shiro literally needs to dive out, find a path in to get that bomb planted, but he has to take the 1v1. You've got a quick rotate there as well. Likelihood of even gambling for it now getting worse and worse. This is an emergency.
Let's see if they find him. Looks like they're more interested in the future rather than hunting the final rifle. And with that rifle saved, max round loss bonus. We'll see what happens around it. Looks like that's going to stay in the hands of Shiro for now. Hallie having a couple of words with the boys just to try to figure things out here on the T side, because it has been a rough start to their map choice.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought, you know, coming into this, they would have got that overpass pick, because Inner Circle were letting that through for all the teams they were taking on last week. Also mentioned that they really didn't get that much prep on it, or prep. You could see that in the constant missed monster smokes that were thrown last week. So it feels like there has been a readjustment in the couple of days off. They have warranted themselves after going through 3-0. And the veto could have caught Spirit off guard. We'll see if catching them off guard is exactly what happens here. Lobby crunch. T's not ready for that. And that pace change is blistering. Tanier and Donk, 2v5. What do you think they get here, Jackie?
Hey man, 1 AK between the both of them. Let's see. Maybe they could realistically walk away with a couple of frags. We'll see if they can cook. Dawy's watching it though. And Donk just holding. Obviously, it's going to be quite an arduous save if you want to limp through this one.
Yeah.
You'd about a minute and a half there, mate. You're going to have to wait around. So Donk will have a little bit of a look in. See if anyone will give him a chance for some fun here.
I think Spirit have, what, 3 players buying next round anyway, so if you do save the AK, as well as Tanier as a kind of bodyguard here, there's a chance. There is a chance. But I guess we said that there was a chance this round, and it looked like there was absolutely no chance. They were not ready for the complete pace change out of the CTs off the back of the tactical. Inner Circle realising, okay, Spirit, they're going to be cooking something special up here. So let's cook them right back.
Yeah, and they did. It was good. It was like a high heat as well, you know. I don't know, 225 on the oven or something. Maybe 16 minutes preheated.
Counter-terrorist.
Some seared Shiro. On the
A little bit crispy.
The entree. There's more meat on those bones now. He's been hitting the gym too.
It's true, getting a bulk on. And this has been a bit of a dirty bulk of a game for Inner Circle, mate. They are compounding mass. 8 rounds on the CT side. Still a chance they could get even bigger here as well. Keep it growing.
Hitting their macros in every sense of the word.
Yeah, proteins are not confused right now. They know where to go. Straight to the biceps, straight to the rounds.
Well, speaking of muscle, Donk known to be One of the best bodybuilders to ever do it. Let's see if he can hit him with that double front buy or even a double entry. Would be nice to see, but it's onic to at least find that first knife, cut him in half. And the A site now under fire, but the man advantage there and a fast flank already worked towards with that door control, which has gone fleeting. Chopper and Shiro hitting straight back. And they've won a couple of clutches now. So far here in the series. But do they expect the huge rotation back into lobby? Daddy arriving on the scene in time, and Shiro knows there's a buy in the future for them if they just commit, but he won't get it down. Fleerax fighting. And that's 9 on the CT side. Pain inflicted again by Inner Circle.
Keeping it internal as well. You know, he's talking amongst each other. They're happy there, not really exploding too loudly, just taking the series as it is. I think thinking about the bigger picture of just equalize it right now. Although this is great leaps and bounds made in the CT side, you got to keep it tempered. It could always get bumpy going into the second half. A few bits and pieces left in spawn for the late rotate. If you want to double back, grab yourself that A1S and another flash to play off of, so you could drop the orb if you need a rifle. We are into round 11 though, and this has been very clean so far from Inner Circle. The AWPer that's been hitting some good shots in a prime position to do it again here as well. Waterfall down the top from main. He's set up with the angle. If they peek into it, he'll be poised to take a kill. They get close though. The time's awkward. Luckily enough, they're still going to find that one. Chopper gets cut short, and Dawy's ready for a play on ramp.
Oh. Dumps a lot of bullets into that one. Maybe an overinvestment as he gets left. Hang on, what the? What? He hit it. Third time's the charm. No scope necessary, and Shiro ejected from the round. Zwei feeling it after that one and hits the easy peek from Zwei. There we go. Okay.
Hey.
The monkey has arrived.
Are we back? We rowdy now. He starts whipping out these sounds. You better know it's going to get crazy out there, mate.
I just didn't think that you know, extra attempt on the wallbang was going to connect.
No, that was kind of wild, you know?
Can we get that again, just for next round? Or we'll get it into the break. It is the last round of the half.
Cue
We can
up,
be there
cue
at
it
some
up.
point.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see. Oh, where this one's going to go. Daddy's back right now, though. And with the assist of Knife, it is a beautiful left-right combo.
Onyx on the roof.
Smackdown. I know, dudes. They're playing T on CT. It's their map. Chopper's trying to hold them back. It's a horde survival right now.
What is this round? Onic and Dawy have somehow passed each other in the meanwhile. Chopper down, and what a chaotic way to end the half. 11-1. Unwinnable for Spirit. Let's see what happens in the second.
to it. If you're just joining us, things are getting spicy between Spirit and Inner Circle. Inner Circle coming out not only with a heat in terms of the rounds on map 2, but the energy again. They're boomboxing a little bit more. They're waxing lyrical. We're hearing the monkey sounds coming out from onic. It's his war cry that he likes to throw in, which certainly means the energy's there. So let's see what they're doing on a pistol round. Donk with damage dealt, but Dawy trades it back, and we're into a 4v4 with space made to attempt to make a play out towards the site. Ooh, hello. Julie's in a backline though. Couple shots going awry. They get a bit of spacing down towards B site. And one by one, Spirit setting their eyes on potentially a pistol and a second round, with Shiro dialing that one in.
Mate, blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah, dude.
Spirit just hunting their way back into the game. We wrote it off. We called it over. But we shall see if the pure force of Spirit is able to mount an insurmountable comeback. Still a chance on paper to win this in regulation, but it is going to take an incredibly heroic effort. Can already just cheated in front of the smokes and could catch a timing here onto Uncle Chop. Or even Donk, who's sneaking right next to him here in main. Okay. He's gone toe-to-toe with one of the best to ever do it. Gets himself the M4 in the meanwhile. I don't know about that from Knife. Man's doing a risky maneuver. Zwei takes out Can, so there's nothing for them at outside. And they got huge info on a couple of these CTs. Every single person on the A site here has pretty much shown their face. Surely you figure that one out. Pack it up and send it elsewhere. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, back it up, man. Get it on the move. See if there's still a potential play to be made out of the 14th here. Just Tech 9, so maybe close range, get a bit aggro, hit him with a quick burst. Two-pronged attack out A, Chopper. See if you can overwhelm him. Tanier gets the free line of sight though. And the A4 makes quick work. Ooh, you'd thought it'd be a simple follow-up from there, but the Tech 9 at least does create some space to give them a look in. But that's all it is, a quick visit. Door slammed in the face. Zwei handles that one, and Spirit will survive another round. So at least starving off a bit of a buffer being built up towards them closing this second map. Obviously looking to starve off that decider of Mirage. Looking a bit frustrated there.
Yeah, I think you'd be unhappy with that. Yeah, the shadow advantage just gets absolutely doinked by the 5-7. Oh, and Zwei just playing that topside angle, so nasty for any T's to try to deal with, and this is just a lackluster one. In a circle, bringing a couple of digs in, but barely getting to fire a shot. And we'll see if Knife can do any financial damage to the CTs. Smoke fading to near, letting off a step, which will bait them into Shiro's tight line. The trap set and activating. And now we get into the fun stuff, the guns. The true test for Inner Circle to try and close against some of the best to ever do it here in Counter-Strike 2. Although, you know, since, of course, winning the major under a year ago, it's just Core 3. They've made these changes after having a rough start to the year.
Yeah.
And what's your take on Tanier so far? So far, so good? Or do you think, you know, he just hasn't really found his groove just yet?
Yeah, vibe check's not bad, man. You know, although obviously we've not had, like, you know, the biggest blockbuster, all-out crazy performances where it's like, oh, you know, he's a demon on the server. Guy is super talented. And you can see he fits the vibe of the team, at least. That's the better thing for me. It feels like everyone's kind of gelling, right? They're opening up a little bit more with the banter. It feels like they're more warm to maybe sort of... I don't know, turning a new leaf with how they're approaching things. It feels like a different twist to Spirit outside of the server, which maybe bodes better. You know, you don't know how things go, even if you're winning back. Being at each other's throats or the vibe just not being right when it comes to trusting one another, it can be horrific rounds, which this actually could be, by the way. This is quite an upsetting one with a lot of backline space that's been created. Those 2 picks from Daddy are huge. Tanir up top. It's ratio by Dawy, and it's all going wrong. Chopper through the vent. It's down and out. Oh, mate. Okay. Well, Bandits in the night maneuver. They sneak out with the loot. He's popping off. They've got the round. We might be going to Mirage far quicker than we first thought.
Harash. Happy with that. As you would be. And yeah, Daddy making moves. Look at this, 19-7, having a stellar performance. Felt like he was definitely going missing over an Ancient, but arriving just in time. Put themselves on a lot of map points here for Nuke. And that's when the conversation gets interesting, because we know that Inner Circle love to play the puggier maps, and Mirage is coming up next. We'll see if they can get off to a similar start to what they did here on Nuke, or if things are going to change. And oh my lord, he's feeling unbeatable. 21-7, rocking a 3 KD. If they close it here, that is going to be a confidence booster for sure. 2-man advantage. What could go wrong here, Jackie?
Yeah, what can go right as well might be the bigger question. He needs some plays, like serious pieces here. Tanir towards the back line. He's got to deliver this time in the elevated angle. Chopper has to go huge. Multi-kill necessary if tested. He will answer with one. Tanir's chance to shine, but he's wallbanged down by Daddy, who's already got a 3K on this one, putting emphasis on his name once again here at EPL. Shiro with the sniper. Scope attached for max precision, but Knife inserts the blade between the shoulders, and Spirit might have just let it slip. Mirage could be coming up quick unless Chopper can save it. No, down and out. They'll take it away. Inner Circle with a return to form here on Nuke.
What a performance. An absolute stellar one to answer back what didn't go right for them over on Ancient, and showing just how capable this team is to do it against...
Of Daddy, obviously, a.k.a. this man on your screens being posted saying, Daddy got this. It's him holding like the Uno reverse card, Mac, with the series. So maybe that's what they think's going to happen. They think they can reverse sweep this. You've won the first map here, coming back into it on Nuke. There's a decent chance. I think we're going to have some incredible scenes here. So let's dial in. This could be a fun game, man. We get some explosive Counter-Strike out of both of these sides. Yeah, you're gonna want to make sure you've told the whole family about this one.
We'll see if it is going to be family viewing, or if it gets a bit more R-rated, a bit more dirty. 2-3 split. Spirit maybe expecting something heavier towards that B side of things, but as we can see from the positions, it tells a tale that Inner Circle are interested in a split towards A, but there's a hard crossfire at the top of Con, which is going to be difficult to break if the A players don't play earlier on. Smoke here just to set up the trap. Tanir won't be able to stop that push through Con. The jump in, the flash timing's perfect, but they haven't seen Chiro in the corner. 2 guns better than 1 and mops them all up. Beautiful hold and makes things that much harder. Big quad from Chiro to save that pistol for Spirit.
Hey, man. They might have been talking about the guns at the gym, but it's those 2 sick puppies that get the damage done in the server. Look at this. The pistol mow down with those Julies. The Berettas absolutely singing for Shiro. Okay, so pistol round taken. Now, obviously, one of the key highlights as well throughout that EPL Stage 1, kind of the lead up to this point, it was how consistent and how many pistol rounds off big opponents we saw Inner Circle winning. Obviously, that's been kind of up and down inside of this series with them taking a pistol round, being reset. This is going to be one to the greater for Spirit, though, here at least, going into the third and final map.
So what do we got here? onic showing himself, body blocking the smoke on purpose to instantly fall back and hope that they can maybe catch the CTs in rotation, but this is also a very solid mid setup. You're walking into two of the stars of Spirit. Donk with an M4, who won't be flashed off, just a flying T to draw the crosshairs. And okay, crunch from unders works for a 3 for 3 in the end. onic taking the head off of Tanir's shoulders. And just like that, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's some kind of hope. Zwei going to be spotted on the con side. Already dumping a lot of that magazine. Knife just trying to pick his fight wisely. But unfortunately, wisdom will only get you so far. 1v2, onic, the leader, the caller, and will have space to get this bomb down. He's full committed. Chopper should win the round eventually with the sneak back in on the app side of things. But let's see what onic can do.
If they give him a 1v1, I wouldn't necessarily count him out. And Chopper's so aggressive up. Ooh, might get an opportunity to spot the head on the side. He's inside of the window. There's the flick. The Deagle Blaze from onic. It's a crack shot. 3 kills already. This is not the way you want to get reset, Spirit. But Zwei walking up low on health gives the game away. You know where he is now. onic just had to pull the trigger, but he couldn't do it. Zwei subverts expectations on the pre-fire. They will get the defuse. A second round, but a nail-biter.
And what's looking like a technical. Chopper with the headset off. An ambitious approach, but yeah, that is just huge damage to the CT economy. Going to warrant a full reinvestment with the plant there as well for Inner Circle, who didn't bring too much in other than Glocks and a couple of P250s. They're going to be in an incredible position to completely turn the game on its head already.
Damn,
there's some kind of sound issues there for the Spirit individuals. Donk with his head off as well. Headset even. His head was still on his shoulders, just to clarify for everyone at home. Apparently there's some misinterpretations going on in chat. It might be the accents, Jackie. It could be the accents, or it could just be them being some weirdos. Let's just use that term.
All right.
But a couple of weirdos among us. They did do roll call, though, so I guess we'll give them the pass for now.
Sorry, yeah, they got the whole pass. Like, they turned up for class, it's fine. Even if they are sat in the back with the earpods in, you know, not really listening.
Yeah, scratching up the desks, bloody assholes.
Don't do that. Someone else has got to use the desk after you, man.
Yeah, for years, mate. We didn't want to have to reinvest in desks here at the Swedish Safari. That wasn't on the bloody bingo card.
No, exactly. They're good quality as well. But thankfully, they've been able to sew Donk's head back on. So we're all good to go. 2-0. We can keep the action rolling then. Ooh, thinking we were going to see a fast hit out mid-side with onic looking to rep himself, which, by the way, he's been pretty good on. If he's feeling himself for a quick opener, dude, he'll just swing into it. And a Mirage, you know, this is a map that's a playground for him on T side. So I think as this one starts to heat up, if Inner Circle are in it to win it, we're going to see a lot of that. Like big individual openers where you're just taking these kind of rep yourself plays. That's what's won some secret source rounds for Inner Circle throughout stage 1.
Mid control, going to be coming through uncontested, and Spirit are very aware as to what's happening. They got 4 players here towards the A site, ready to party. And Zwei going to be going blow for blow with them, although it's Dawy to crack things open. Double on the balcony, and Zwei doing a great job to sell that one, but the molly comes in time, however, forces Tanir to fight, which may not be what Inner Circle wanted. However, they're going back to the 2v1 with a big play up jungle. And Fleerack's just trying to figure out exactly where Chopper's coming from. Eyes on the prize, posted and ready. One shot away, although falls. Back towards triple. Can. Looking to keep eyes on the cross here. And forcing the swing out. Chopper intelligent with the approach, but can't hit the shots that matter.
No, hoping he could cut his way back in there. Not meant to be done. quite an ironic sharpness-based matchup, really, isn't it? Chopper versus knife. Hell of a head-to-head there, mate. But whose steel will be sharper? I suppose that's the question. Early grouping towards mid-side here into the fourth. You've got the AWP back in Flyrak's hands as well. He's a big piece. When he's cooking, he really can lay a massive wallop down for this team. Been one of the more consistent AWPers I'd say we had throughout stage 1 of EPL. This season, you know, he had some crack shots, really good into the late rounds. Great multi-impact potential as well, like the reactions. That's what you want to be looking for. So we'll see if he can earn his keep again on this one. Shiro's going to peek into it. It's a good instant click. So first to fall, Donk with a read. Oh, tag, but no conversion. Dawy withstands with 2 HP to his name.
Alive and kicking. And in a circle. Be leaving the scene at mid. Dawy left solo. But look at this setup at A main. Spirit with Tanir and Zwei here, who were in a solid crossfire, but go on a bit more of an explorative mission. Okay, not quite ready. Flyrax with the AK. Will hit back, but does he expect another man? Big pick out his way. He can drop the package with 30 seconds, and he's going to do just that. Gun retrievable, but he won't be able to escape to safety. Knife activating just in time. It got dicey, but it is another round for Inner Circle nonetheless.
Yeah, big plays made. Cashing those checks right now, at least. This was nice, wasn't it? The 1v1 versus Donk. You got that quick famous burst off. I thought this was actually going to turn the round. Tanir up close, giving it the full Ed Hardy. It's like that scene from Batman, mate. He was trying to break their backs with a 5-7, but they shake it off. They keep on moving. No real cash flow, though. They've gone to the ATM. Credit card's been declined. Nothing to work with. Just a Deagle and a P250 there. onic does get slapped upside the head, though. 50 health left. They not know? They didn't see. They have no idea. Sweet. He gets that one away with a P250 back.
Yeah. Cheeky swing on the timing. Gets it done. And Team Spirit with USPs. They've already won probably the most important round of this series so far, which completely turned the momentum back in their favor over on Ancient. So don't count them out here. Fast flank Tanir already. Coming in with the vengeance. If he can get this pick somehow onto Flyrax against the AWP, which is posted and ready, that's never happening. 3 remaining CT is going to be spotted in a moment. Flooding in from spawn side. Donk with an eagle. Won't get gifted any little picks this time. And just before we move into another gun round, I'm noticing there is a lot of people watching now who are saying Dawy or Daddy. And mate, it's not Dawy, it's Can. And I posted the lore in chat so you guys can look at it yourself if you want. But the reason we are calling Can Daddy is because in the lobby last week, you guys might not have watched stage 1. That's fair enough. Look, each to your own. Machine said, it's Can, right? What's going on there?
He's just smacked him in the face.
Friendly fire. Look, that's worth the technical.
Sorry. I just saw it happening in like slow-mo, but it's like car crash TV.
Can we get a quick replay on that? Can we get a quick slow-mo replay? I feel like that warrants it.
Oh, Christ, mate.
It's not going up for Spirit at the moment, is it?
No.
Here we go.
Look, watch. Look. Yeah.
NTs.
Sorry, God, that one really caught me off guard, but like, it's fucking...
They got the synergy back. Either way, moral of the story is Ken told Machine that he can call him Daddy. And that's it. That's how the interview started.
Yeah.
And so we have been just calling him what he asked for.
He went sick as Daddy. He came on the interview and we spoke to him. We said, look, it's all right if we call you Dad. He said, look, to friends, anyone can call me Daddy. You guys are friends. So we're friends with the Matt Daddy. Inner Circle have been loving it. They've been tweeting all the time. Everyone's calling him Daddy, but it's Shiro right now. He's the Daddy. He doesn't need anything other than that left click on his mouse as he ruins everyone. They're being schooled here. And Tanir's about to close it. Inner Circle. Is there much more to find? No. That's a hell of a round.
Oh, I feel like there was some foreshadowing, you know, Shiro bringing the RL violence and then, you know, bringing it back into the server. So maybe it's all he needed to get activated.
Yeah, that's mad. Here we go. We get the replay of it as well. He punches Sway in the face.
That's
and
all he
then
needed.
does this. That's disgusting, mate. He still feels bad about it. No. Oh, it's so good.
Well, that's wild. What is this series, bro? What is going on? Just Pro League things. Tied up, though. Straight into another tactical. Looking like Hallie wanted to have a quick chat with the boys.
He had to explain to him, like, safetyness around fist bumps, you know? Like, guys, please
occupational
don't punch each
health
other
and
anymore.
safety.
Yeah. Please look both ways before you fist bump. Make sure you're not going to hit anyone in the face.
Just getting the rules sorted while they can. The rule of thumb is sometimes if you have that minimal utility, is just go for the full Xe on 8, see how it goes. And they're going to be doing just that. Only Shiro, who's tucked away at triple, getting scaled upon real quick, but no quick flicks this time. Jungle smoke blocked, which leaves a gaping hole in that smoke. However, Dawy capitalizes, knowing that the CTs are trying to fight through that, finds 2 through the smokes, and now we're down to a 3-man advantage out of nowhere in a round that looked like it should never have really gone Inner Circle's way. It's like the protocols were just off. Shiro goes in, the others leave the vicinity, and they just weren't on the same page.
And they might be written off pretty quickly here as well. Dawy doing some damage back over onto Chopper. And Tanir forced the save on to just that A1S. Carry it over into the next man. Yeah, it's heating up a little bit. I mean, this one delivering in some weird ways alongside the CS, Mac. You know, some of the camera shots giving us a lot to go on. But this has already been quite an enticing way to start our first half of the third map. Oh, we're back to it as well. Okay, so for those of you that are unfamiliar, like with the lore about Inner Circle, they pack more heat. They got a good set of pipes. They have the whole trajectory of different sounds that they like to bring out. Sometimes it's the monkey sounds. They've got the dog barking, where with some other classics we saw as well, Mac, right? Like they like to throw in a lot of unique kind of downtime meta when it comes to the yelling. Keeps you on your toes, I tell you.
They certainly do. You know, I think monkey noise is definitely the most prominent out of onic. We'll see if he maybe bends the rules a little bit. Yeah. See what else he leans towards as the series keeps on going. We've got instant window and instant top mid. Going for the layered response, and Fleerax just going toe-to-toe with Donk, who doesn't get a chance to shoot a shot at all.
Christ. Mate, where Donk at? We need to put him on the back of a milk carton or something, Mac. It's been 2 maps now. Like, he's gone quiet, you know. He's gone missing. Someone
Chat.
get the PSA out there.
If you know where he's gone, please let us know.
I'm worried.
If you have seen Donk around the area, DHL mailbag at efg.gg. Please get your submissions in, because he's kind of lost right now, as is Tanir. Losing life towards apartments. And it's just Chopper here to try and save the day. Nasty shot from onic on the fadeaway.
All right, now they're cooking with gas. Here we go. High temperature, but Chopper looks to try and be the 1,000-degree knife to slice through them. Only one, as his blade is broken. And Zwei Not going to be able to handle this one. All the way back towards CT. Got to let it go. Egg on the face. A 5th round then for Inner Circle. And mate, some of the shots they're hitting, some of the moves they're making, with a tempered Spirit, showing some weakness in a few places. Is it happening, Mac? Are they going to keep it going? Is that absolute spree of a run that Inner Circle have been on continuing, even after a few days off and Team Spirit's new look being their first obstacle?
I think I'm a believer.
Me too, bro. I'm down.
Kind of wild how invested they are on this hunt. Just really trying to lay down the law and get as much value out of this round as possible. But there's that opening. Don't get a headshot, but in the mix of it and in the long term, oh, you can see that Team Spirit are starting to play frustrated. So we'll see if they can change that up. They had a bit of time to sort of gather their thoughts towards the end of that round. But it's a faster approach towards the B site. Are we just full B rushing into a completely open B site? That's crazy.
Dude, welcome us down. Inner Circle have disgustingly muddy shoes and they will be tracking them all over this B-bomb site. Shiro's the only one here. 5-7. Finds one onto Dawy. That's a big scalp to get, but you still need to do more. Just a dink into the back line. And with no real firepower to play with, they're lining up these shots one by one. Donk's got to do something, and it's not going to be Donk enough. As he gets smite down, it's going to end as it started, with Inner Circle taking it home. Another one in the bag. Carving space now on this T side. Good read, heads up call. Little bit expensive in a few places, but they get around. That's all they care about.
Solid call. Great conditioning. Forcing Spirit to play heavier towards mid there on the eco. A little bit of chip damage. And we see Shiro, more importantly, back on the AVP. Have to watch underpass this time. Looking to get right up into the action and maybe even formulate a fast flank. It's that B hit again. This time Chopper just needs to buy time for the flank to activate. And there's mollies, there's flames bloody every single where. Tanier coming through with a big double, which may have just warranted the round for them. And Shiro may not end up being necessary. Look at this push from Fleerax through the short smoke himself, just misses it. Finds Donk. And now it's up to Shiro to get a freebie on this one. They know that Fleerax is over towards short side, and there's a flash, there's a smoke to completely force him out of the round. But the smoke has not hit the mark. Sway straight into the scope. Oh my lord, what a cluster. What a misstep. And Shiro's position now known. Fleerax getting up into the thick of things. The tap's there, the angle's found, and Fleerax with the clutch for a 7th. Team Spirit just unfortunately can't do anything right this half.
Bro, it's so clean. It's so clean. That is clinical. Fleerax, you've got to rep him in a spot like that. He had the confidence to go for the heads-up play, subverts expectations for his own smoke for the short peak. And like you said, the fumble on the bag with the smoke as well, giving him so much more room to breathe into the round. He isolates those fights. Shiro, the experienced, AWPing superstar there, up against this young gun that, honestly, we were saying, kind of some of like the pre-game chats, he's looked unbelievable. That's what stage 1, dude. He gave us some of the most impressive fancy footwork with the AWP we'd seen in terms of consistency, and he's doing it again now versus Spirit. This is big. Inner Circle encompassing why this team's so fun to watch. They've got broken cash on the side of Spirit as well, bud. They're doing it all over again, Mac.
Let's see how many more they can squeeze out here in the first half. Team Spirit, it feels like no matter what they're doing, they're just never in the right place at the right time. But Tanier getting big info, already pushing straight towards the kitchen. And again, we're going to see a bit of a 1-4 situation for Team Spirit. Shiro trying to figure out exactly where he wants to be. And the smokes at corner window signaling that it looks like it could be this B split, but Spirit, they are not getting sold on the fake, just with the utility. Top Balk for Zwei. Looking to face, looking to fight. Donk at default just there on the site. And a double jungle set up to try and assist them. Locking. As some of the util still comes in. There's still another wave to potentially play with, though. Oh, and it's about to get action. It's about to get awkward. Donk, though, standing tall, standing true, and makes it look way too easy. Flashes ineffective and in a circle. Look, Fleerax, nice little clutch last time, but a 1v4. I don't know about that one, Chief. Shiro. Okay, hang on. 20 seconds. Big flank activating. Only one player left on site. That's Uncle Chop, who's going to be mollied out from under balcony. Goes towards the top side. Fleerax knows. Oh, caught on the jump up. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. No one's touched him. 10 seconds and the bomb down, knife out. It is almost a clutch, but Tanir in the right place at the right time denies that one from happening.
Mate, it's such a contrast that, again, kind of underlines why Spirit are losing so many of these rounds as well, though, right? Look at this opening play from Donk. He just has to hold mouse one, plays his angle. It's easy pickings, one after another. Spacing's not there for the quick trade. Ill farm knows all day. And then they start giving opportunity after opportunity to Fleerax. He keeps his gun out on a walk back towards bomb. You know, if he just clears that angle, who knows? That could have been a clutch he should have had no chance in. So, a crazy tight game. Donk and Chopper with flashbang control towards mid, get some opening picks, but I didn't expect this. We've already equalized, Mac. We're down to a 3v3. They're putting pressure back on A, and Tanir cannot stand strong enough. onic finds that opening pick, but Donk is trying to come alive.
Donk and Shiro, the dream duo, will just take it right onto him, swinging for the win. 5 on the CT side, making it happen towards the end of the half, but is it going to be enough? Or can Inner Circle lock in another upset just after the break?
Zero was giving out the fist bumps. As you can see here, it was 2 quick taps to his teammate's face, but he's been making major moves in the server as well. Of course, that's up against the firepower, the chutzpah, and the confidence that's been on display from Inner Circle, a young, talented team that are giving Spirit a real run for their money here, Mac, and could very well take the win. Leading the charge 7-5 right now. We step back into it with the second half pistol.
Let's see what we get. Spirit, the focal point, as one of the best teams in the world currently, but up against the young guns. Some 20-year-old Ukrainians just looking to show what they're capable of, and this is one of them. IGL onic standing, turning around and hoping that he could make something happen. We'll get to lead of the trade game. A bit too strong from the Spirit individuals as Knife can see that little boot spinning on around. Donk, big info, spotting all 3 remaining members, making their way in from the market. Swinging on the contact, and it should be easy pickings for Spirit from this position. Nothing else found for Inner Circle, and that pistol should get Spirit back on track.
Yeah, it should be a nice little course corrector there. Steer things in the right direction a little bit and give them a little bit of a groove to get on. Some nice clean shots at least. Obviously, these have been arduous rounds at times. It feels like there's just not been the same sort of lethal instinct from Spirit. They've been giving a lot of opportunities over to Inner Circle. At least with the cash flow, this shouldn't be one of those. MP9 for onic. He'll run with it. They come for a faster play towards B. It wouldn't be the worst weapon for the job. Bit of a slower default though. Bombs left back towards T's spawn site. So they're just holding this one, seeing if there's any aggression from Inner Circle.
B split into onic. What could possibly go wrong? CT's swinging on the contact, swinging on the timing. That's easy. For Spirit at the end. All tied up. And Inner Circle more interested in just going for a gun round. onic took a little risk with the MP9, but didn't work out. And that's huge for the T economy. So they will warrant themselves this bonus round. Mac 10, 3 Galils. AK in the mix with utility out the wazoo. And just trying to find a free pick with the airstrike towards connector. As we see Inner Circle going for the 1-4 split. We'll see if it's effective in the end. onic, a lot of weight on his shoulders with the low bite, with the smoke, and with this whole half of the map under his control.
Yeah, tons of time left on the clock. A big swing round for some of the momentum here as well this late into the game. 7-7. And a much more reserved Spirit, showing you a lot of respect at least towards Inner Circle, knowing some of the tendencies now after this series. Smoke's thrown out, giving a little bit of space to play with. Block off the lines of sight down towards window and short with the molly now cast close. They're going to be able to walk up past it. Bear in mind, onic here does get the smoke down. Close towards them running up on it as well. Shaves a bit of time off the clock. He's getting a large read, sees all of the players, but has to make a move. Damage there, but no room to convert. He doesn't get that frag. Flarak's able to get the adjustment back on Chopper. But even then, they needed more time bought on the bomb site. Bombs down. Not going to come easy.
It just boils down to that one moment, right? onic needed to get at least one, maybe a second, just to buy time for Inner Circle to go for the rotate, but didn't even think about it. And they are playing the long game. 4 rifles should survive. If they can find any of these T's towards the back of apps as well. That's a bit of extra cash for the future. But Spirit, very aware of that being the situation, so they will not overstep. And it just boils down to those 2 picks for the whole round. At least with those alive, onic can be drop the rifle himself. There should be good util for everyone else involved on the CT side of things. And Spirit find 3 back to back to back to kick off the second half.
Ooh, 2-player contact walkthrough. Just going for the deep extremity push on B. All right, it works. They get his way. It's a free first frag. And potentially a reposition sparked due to this for Spirit. Bomb on a rotation back towards ramp, grouping up.
In a circle, sending the numbers back towards the A site again. So it's a strong setup. What have we got? 2 smokes to play with if they want to, but Donk, happy as always to take a fight straight to them. Incend, spreading, burning, and forcing Donk into a very awkward position here. Taking away half his health to play with. Dawy spotting the push towards the PAL side of things. Knife falling makes things even harder, and there's no one left on the inside of these smokes to play. Man disadvantage. And the big question is, the inner circle hang around and hope to find a pick and go for this retake, or are they just saving already?
Yeah, I've got to give up the goose, surely, right? They're just not finding anything. They were giving them a free pick. You can probably just play on these exit angles at least, see if you can force some weapons out of their hands if they walk towards you late on it. But it will afford another round over towards Spirit. And this is Spirit, they look like they're starting to suffocate them a little bit more now, right? You know, you're hitting shots a bit quicker. They're being able to find some momentum. Donk's coming back online as well, having that real off performance back on Nuke, and then sort of not finding his form in the early rounds of this one on Mirage either. It was worrying because that could have been kind of a telltale that, yeah, this is going to peter off a little bit now, right? You've lost one of your big factors. It's good to see him at least waking up, but this is making it way, way more uncomfortable for Inner Circle to find plays in the early rounds.
Oh. And there's those entries. IC having a relatively good read on what was happening. They just, unfortunately, were unable to fight together, which has been their strong suit, right? Is, you know, winning a couple of individual fights, but then also getting into positions where they can usually play off one another. But so far this half looking more disjointed than they would like for sure. And so they've taken another tactical just to try to figure out the issues before the map is over, which isn't too far away now. 4 more needed on the T side for Spirit to lock in a W for their first affair here in ESL Pro League Season 22. And Inner Circle just trying to find any form of success here on the CT side. Donk, he is ready to fight for this one, and that's the A site cracked open completely. Ken now needs to dominate anything happening over towards Connector, but he's got eyes towards main, fighting for himself, can't inflict pain more than the single. Tanier in the meanwhile catching flea racks, going for the short pressure. And it's awkward, Can just dancing around. Oh, he's spotted a little hand just on the edge of the smoke as it re-blooms. The crack, not enough. And it's just those 2 picks for the round, but Spirit get through yet another gun round and extend the lead.
Yeah, it's another one where it comes down to awkward intricacies, right? A few chaotic moments there for the CT side. Heads up plays on stairs. Dawy able to assist as well, but just couldn't find a way to flow through it towards the end. Yell back from Chopper. Another round dialed in. Spirit, 10 rounds under the belt now. Looking like we're getting close to potentially him closing it. Got to be consistency from Inner Circle. Nate dashed out top side. That's going to be the incendiary behind the boxes. They want to collapse on mid. Dawy finds a peek. Knife assists. They double up. And it's looking brilliant. They bombard them out of the server. And it's only Tanier left.
An absolute catastrophe for Spirit. They're unable to trade a single damn thing. But Tanir looking to prove his worth. 1v5 angle, already finding the first two, untouched. And going for the high line. Okay. Legged in the meanwhile. Makes things that little easier to close out, but Tanir has info on both final members. But it's Dawy to close. Looking way too shaky for a 1v5 as Tanir playing the long game. Detrimental to the economy to lose those 3 extra picks. And that puts the finances still in a position where it's now not healthy. It now is looking shaky. You see that reinvestment. No one has anything for the next. So this is the most important round for Inner Circle this game so far.
Oh, and it starts off with an absolute corker. Hell of a shot onto Donk as well. That's a Donk that's starting to come alive, and a massive nade that's setting the precedent that Inner Circle want to fight tooth and nail for round 19. Florak sets up on the back of the site, but Dawy will deal even more damage. Gets that tap shot off onto Zui. Close towards the smoke. Chopper not feeling confident to play behind it anymore. Stalling this round nicely early on. Tanir gets a bit of presence though, and Shiro with the adjustment smites another one. Could still be a shaky round unless they convert it from here. Shiro switches the weapons. Chopper slicing away back into it. It's a scary spot, Mac.
A very awkward position indeed. And Chopper, the full repossession, but can he be the hero on 3 points of health? To sneak his way to jungle, cut off these rotations. And allow Shiro the space to plant on A. They had info on both those CTs, but if Chopper oversteps to the right an inch. Oh! Wasn't even the problem. Fleerax finds him. And now they know exactly what Spirit were going for. There's the info. And they both respect Shiro somewhat, but the peek across the top of the stairs, Fleerax proactive all round. Remember, he got that first pick straight through the top mid smoke, then danced around, swapped weapons, and closes it out himself. Really the hero of this one.
Oh, massively so. Heads up call as well, right on the play to save his teammate, especially window room. We're both kind of on the same wavelength thinking, damn, you'll bang to right. Onic moves, he's dead. So Fleerax had to drop in, saves it. Kane excited, everyone happy. And you would be, 10 to 9, only 1 round of difference. It's been a back and forth series. We've seen great signs of life. We've seen some struggle from key players as well at different opportunities. All to play for, Mac.
They got through it. But again, you look at the bank accounts for Inner Circle, it's still not healthy. They're still just dragging the economies, kicking and screaming through these rounds. But they have got Spirit to a point where their finances aren't looking the finest either. Fleerax, again, proactive in his attempt to go for the opening. Oh, and he's successful. He's so good with it.
Yeah. He was one of the stars. He was one of the rising star AWPers that we were seeing throughout stage 1. So good in terms of opening plays. Very great, consistent AWPing as well. He might even double up. He's good. Sway goes back in, baited. And Fleerax can do no wrong. If there was a way to contend for a 10th round, well, this would be the opening play to make. 2 picks for free, giving them even more room in the late round trade game. They can play a passive round now, Mac. They can dial it right down.
Just play for the info. We've got the firebox and sandwich set up. Dawy looking to activate off of anyone else's contact. And Knife has left the scene. He's actually gone back to window thinking maybe there's a chance that someone has lurked their way up con through jungle. And he'll be right in assuming as much. But Dawy about to be found in the meanwhile. Firebox player. Oh no. It's crumbling. They tried to stay passive but didn't realize that there was no eyes on mid. Donk as well somehow wins that fight. And just when you thought it should have a 10th for Inner Circle, these 3 key pieces for Team Spirit will all activate back to back. And this round is done. Avoid flea racks at all costs. It works.
All right, that's the donk we expect. Damn, dude, so confident in so many of those duels as well. It felt like he was at a disadvantage, even repping himself with a peek back towards B, but Flarax will grab that one. Bail away with the AWP and hope to clutch onto it into the next. Some fancy footwork on the rifling there, though. The DONK making the plays. All right.
Another.
Terrorists win.
The flea rack show. On its way to 30 if this one continues.
Do crazy round though, right? It feels like one off that opener they should have converted, but Donk runs amok.
I'm glad we got the replay of that. That was dirty from Tanir. Unfortunate for Ken, who was unable to track him. And let's see what changes. As mentioned, the economy was not in a good way for Inner Circle. And now they're left with this. Couple of MP9s, flea racks hunting for that opening, but Shiro with the full punishment. And now that the raid boss is down, how do you get back into this as Inner Circle?
Yeah, losing your big piece, knocking you into this sort of, you know, second stage already makes it far harder. So let's see if there's anything for them to pull out here. If they can dig deep with the SMGs they've got to work with on both Knife and Onic. Reposition back around from the T side. They can afford to take a very slow pace with this one as well. They've got utility, outnumber them in the manpower. Slow posturing towards B site with a little bit of info being thrown towards A as well. Double smoke to hopefully draw an over rotation. And then you can just backstab on B. The Inner Circle playing their cards close to their chest. They're going to hold for it. If Onic could double up with a multi-frag, maybe it's a different story. Awkward encounters so far. Chip damage out and they bail.
It's a long rotation with the bomb. And that clock is certainly ticking further and further down. Tanir in a power position, but needs to win this one. Oh, it's awkward. And Dawy, in the meanwhile, going to be able to find Chopper fighting from sight. They know Tanir's lurking on the lower side again. Yeah, 6 seconds to get this bomb planted, but no swing in from CT's way. Eyes on the prize, but a big flank activating from Can, who's got a rifle and won't win this. Shiro shotgun Orpy pulls it out just in time. And you need to save. You need something to try to fight, which could be the final round. Moving into the next, Onic will now warrant himself an AK to play with. No kit. There's no chance for the round. All picked up. Kit and HE. Everything whisked away to try and survive into the next. Dawy denying any aggression from the T's in this direction, but as you can see, their money isn't in the best way either after the reinvestment. It's still anyone's game if Inner Circle can start things strong, and Fleerax is going to have his preferred weapon to try and get that done. Oh.
Yeah,
that was a player cam mover.
Yeah, dude. Twice as well. You can see that's not just a quick frustrate, you know, that's damn. It feels like maybe it slipped. And get into him a little bit. Hopefully I can shake that off, reset things.
Oh, as he broke his mouse.
I mean, it was quite an aggressive slam. Hopefully not.
Oh.
The worst time for it. Hang on. He's checking it. He's checking it.
I flicked it off and on. Oh, Lord.
That is looking like a bit of a loose shell there.
Yeah.
Can't be
Look,
stuck in the mouse.
You could feel the frustration after falling to Tanir with that, like, flying approach.
Yeah.
But...
Oh, yeah.
Has he hit the mouse? That's the question. He slammed it on the first one.
I mean, that might have been a direct impact. Yeah, that's what I think's happened there. So we've probably done some damage to the internals. It looks like the shell's maybe not clicking the same as it was with Dawy wiping away a bit of mouse off the mouse mat there. Worst time for it to happen as well, dude. Like, yeah, genuinely, I get it. It's a frustrating round, right? Like, it's just one of those. Some players just got to let it out. But this is a brutal series. I've seen like this happen now as well, where there was still some chances for momentum. And you've got no opportunity, obviously, for a mistake as well, right? You know, 12-9, third map. It's been back and forth. They've had room to capitalize.
Fortunately, it's looking like he's rocking that super light, which is one, if not the most common mouse used by a lot of these pros.
Yeah, we might be able to get the sub mouse.
So, yeah, it's looking like he should be able to get this one cranky.
Bring in the secondary.
Yeah. Though I'm seeing... What do we got here? Is it a random corded mouse? Have they supplied...
No, not.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's
just...
They've given him one from out the back.
What we got here? Is this just a mouse?
It's just a random corded mouse that
I
looks
guess if
nothing like the previous.
I suppose if he doesn't have another version of his mouse and he's like just straight wrecked it on the slam, I guess maybe there's no backup. This is what we got. This is what you got. That's the PSA. Don't break your mouse.
Yeah, I don't have those rage issues. Yeah. And you won't have to... this is like... You know when you go to try on shoes and they just give you some random socks?
Put those on, buddy.
There's those.
Watch him frag out. You know what? Whatever, dude. What's Daddy doing anyway? You think Daddy gives a damn about not using the same mouse he started the tournament with? No. You think he cares? He's a big man. He's a boss.
Against all and every adversity that has been thrown at him. Every possible thing not going right. No bungee.
Mate, I like
no paracorded mouse. We're going.
It's the way they've gone in for the thumbs up. They've like asked him like, thumbs up, you ready, bro? And he like half thumbed and looked at the team like, I don't know, am I? Are you okay? Yeah, he's okay. Okay, full thumb. Full thumb from Daddy. He's got the wired mouse. He's got a working mouse again.
Oh, this is crazy, bro.
I can't believe he cracked the mouse, dude. The double tap from Daddy on the desk.
They got one?
It's like hand movements. I don't know. They're yelling to the manager, like, maybe.
Is that
they asking?
They got people in the voice range to potentially...
Hey, you guys got a super light.
We're live. Yeah, you got a super light, boys.
Hey, please, mate. I broke my mouse. But anyway, we're live. We're back. 12-9. He might have a broken mouse, but now it's wired. So will it be reacting even quicker? Because they need this round, Mac. It's do or die. If you blow your lines on this one, the series is done. Spirit, take it.
Oh, pushing into main. To near, inflicting pain. And at least Can going in first. Knows that he can be a bit more of a pawn in the game, considering he might not be able to play up to his standards. So gets traded, which still should favor the T's given the scenario. Chopper with the jump into window. And Dawy in the meanwhile taking out Donk. So numbers now favoring Inner Circle. They got good control to A main. But it's the B site they have to worry about. And they're walking into the scope, which was saved across 4 flea racks. Flashes ineffective, but the shot connecting. And Chopper activating on the lurk. Can he find any value for money? 3 towards the B site, but again looking towards A. Knife, none the wiser that this is a player who has a big old brain, a mastermind. The key piece of the puzzle, but that's a loud rotation. Bomb on the ground with 30 seconds, and the last found, onic getting it done. 10 secured, and Inner Circle playing on.
Yeah, they keep themselves alive for now. onic does it for Daddy, and they stay in the game. He might have gone down very early into that one, so we haven't seen what his form's like with that substitute mouse just yet. It's not too common of a mid-game switch-up due to the broken mouse, but we'll keep with it. For now, they're still in the series. Obviously, that overarching narrative doesn't change, though. Inner Circle cannot afford even a single buffer here. No mistake, no misplays. Has to be flawless for the next 2, so we can talk about a bit of an overtime. onic with the AWP this time. Subvert expectations with a setup. You get 2 of the scopes in play for the CT side. Obviously, this is against a vast investment of pistols as well. Tech 9s, Deagles, couple bits of utility for a smoke pop flash play for the T side. Probably want to run the clock down on this one a little bit, though.
It's just a matter of when. Oh, and onic, not really known for his AWPing prowess. Not what we've seen so far. And Dawy able to activate, especially with the smokes about to bloom, goes to the advanced angle, knife on the trade game, and onic another. Everyone can have an AWP. You can have an AWP. But who can have the round? It's onic finding almost every single one of them. And now there's time. Tanir gonna lock this one in, gets another, dodges the HE, and makes this one much more dangerous than Inner Circle ever expected. But the final blow is found. And 11 on the board. We might not be done. We might need overtime to separate these two.
Yeah, but rounds like this, Mac, this is how close it is, right? Even Tanir in that situation, you're thinking, isolate a couple frags, man. Couple mistakes made, and that's all it takes. But these were the uncomfortable ones. These were the hard asks. You've got past those rough rounds to bring us back to, like you say, only 1 between these 2 teams. Overtime could very well be a possibility. This series has been full of interesting prospects. We had some narrative twists I did not see coming. But in the 24th, what's the outcome going to be? Donk leads the charge towards middle. You've got that AWP in the hand of Fleerax once again. He's looking to put himself on a 30 bomb this game. 27 kills so far with the AWP. Farming out there.
Everything coming to a boiling point. With this palace control, they could set up for a retake nice and early. And Tanir, crosshair, placed on that right side. Knife here to trade. And there's the map control if they want it, but Knife falling back to a site setup. And Chopper again placed into a power position to lurk around from the window. It looks like A should be the target, given that the other 3 Spirit members are just lurking towards the bottom of Con. Molly to short side, but in comes the bomb, which could be seen in just a moment. Fleerax, no idea that Chopper is starting to clear, but he's hit something. He's hit his bloody mouse button. Whoa! And it forces Fleerax forward. It is chaos to close out this series. Oh no, Fleerax, knife as well, going to be able to try to make this one happen. But Zwei head on the swivel to find those 2. And Fleerax, the hero so far, but he's walked into the open. He's pulled out the secondary. Wants to try to stop the plant. How's he made it here? But he can't. 13-11 Spirit. Barely getting that across the line. Oh, Lord.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
An uncomfortably close series. So many chances there. Right down to the wire, you can see the human element of counter